Hi everyone. Yesterday we learned about different dates. So in the different dates, like how we can able to read the date formats like a DD YY 10 dot format or MMDD YY 10 dot or else date 9 dot format and Julian format. So these are all the formats we have seen in previous class. And now I will just move on to the next concept of how we can read a numerical value and as well as time value, because numerical value in the sense if you want to write it's a $50,000, then how you will write it, or else 50,000 euros, how you are going to read that into SAS environment, and all those stuff we will see today. So for that, first
Okay.
of all, let me just open my SAS software.
Okay.
So now, first of all, I'll try to write a simple SAS program. So with some numerical values, mainly with a dollar formats of dates and comma format of the dates, we will see one by one. So let me just write data, your data set name, anything you can write it. My data set name is new, is my data set, or else maybe I will go for a data set called bank. I will go for it, and semicolon. After that, input statement. In the input statement, I'm just specifying my values like a bank. I can write EID, employee ID, age of that employee, and amount is the one more variable. I'm just mentioning it, all are numerical variables in the data. So cards is statements, guys. Here you can write cards, or else you can write data lines also. So both will be the same. I will go for a data lines for today. Employee ID of that person is 100 and age of the employee around 80 years, and amount will be, it's around, just imagine, uh 20,000. So we have a comma here, so I'm just putting a comma here, it's a 20,000. So again, another patient, or else maybe another employee ID is 245 years old, maybe 80,000. I'm just writing it. One more person with 355 years, maybe 60,000 or something like that. So now we have a comma here and semicolon and run. And proc means procedure, print, you are just making it, data equal to your data set name, bank, I'm just writing it, semicolon, and run statement, I'm just specifying it. So what I have done, I created a data set with the name of bank, and I'm trying to write a values like a employee ID, age of that employee, and that particular amount what he deposited in the account. So I just written as a 20,000, 80,000, and 60,000, like that. When I try to run this particular program, so that what happened, you can see right now, employee ID and age is got displayed, but amount is not getting displayed it. So the reason behind that is, you can see, if you don't have this one with the commas, then there is a chance that this amount will be get displayed in your output, but because of that commas, SAS won't able to recognize it. So SAS default amount information will not be read in a comma format at all. That is the SAS by default, you cannot able to read these numerical values. Then how we are going to read that commas also, because it's very important while writing this particular numeric formats of your amount value, definitely you have to mention the comma. To get that, what you need to do is, you can use a statement called informat. So informat is the statement we are using it, instead of using informat is the statement, and you just mention the which variable you want to read it, that particular values amount, with a comma comma 6 dot I'm writing. Why? Because 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I will write comma 6 dot format, I'm just writing it, these values. When I try to run it, so comma 6 dot format I have written and executing it. Now the data is getting readed without comma in the data. That means SAS can able to understand that is 20,000, 80,000, and 60,000, and the same information is getting displayed in your output window also. That is very perfect. There is no problem in that. The problem is, as a human being, you are expecting a comma there to display it over here. If you want to display the comma, then you can write instead of one is informative statement is must. You are reading a data into SAS environment and the work is done. You have read the data into SAS environment. Now I'm interested to move or else I'm interested to produce my actual output that with the commas and all. So then how I can do it? I just mention it, format, then specify which variable you want to write it to apply the format. I'm just writing that variable name, and again I'm writing comma 6 dot comma 6 dot format and semicolon. So that's enough, and now you can see that the commas, you can see it in your output window also. Can you see that? So it is a comma, and here is a comma, and here is a comma. Suppose maybe you are interested to have your writing, it's a, as per the Indian standards, we call it as a 2 comma 20 lakhs or something like that. We will write it. So even I will write the same here also. I will write, so now I'm trying to write it 2 lakhs and 8 lakhs and 6 lakh information. I want to read it. So total including commas, how many digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I'm just trying to read as a comma 8 dot format, and as well as amount also I'm writing comma 8 dot format in the output window. So now you can see that the value still will be displayed in the form of 200,000, 800,000, and as well as 600,000. So generally in US the people call it like this only. It's a 200,000, 800,000, and 6,000, 600,000. Why? Because SAS default it will give you the outputs in mostly it's a US standard of your amount values, like a $200,000 or $800,000 and $600,000, like that only default it will be get displayed. So if you are not interested to have like this, and still you are interested to display it in Indian rupees, it is not possible in a straight away. So you have to apply some format to display that information into the Indian standards, so that we can do it later on stages. I will tell you in upcoming classes how you can convert this as a exactly like a how you have written here a 2 comma double zero comma and triple zero. So like how you have written, if you want to get it, you need to apply a statement called proc format. In upcoming classes I will explain that to you. But here what you need to learn is, by default SAS always give you the US standard language. So the US it's a 200,000 or maybe 800,000 or else 600,000, like that only default it will be get displayed. Suppose instead of that, so you just read it the data in just a comma format. Suppose imagine I have a data with a dollar here. Suppose imagine you have a dollar here. I want to read this in a dollar format, so that I'm just writing it as a uh, okay. So here I will make it as a 9 dot. So instead of comma you need to write, so dollar, and the same format you need to write for proc format also, so that you're just displaying with a dollar. So that what happen, you can see the dollars also will be get displayed in your output window. Even commas also you will get it, and as well as dollars also you will get it. 200,000, $600,000, or else $800,000, like that. Whatever you are interested on it, you will get it. Is it clear? Any questions on this?
Mm.
So $9 dot format. Maybe you are thinking that, just imagine, I will go for I will go for previous example. So I have a data as a comma 8 dot format. Still I am interested to display my output in a dollar format. So now you have read it this data as a comma 8 dot, but I'm writing it as a $9 dot format. I need it. So yes, I can able to change it. So DOLLAR, sorry. So 9 dot format, you are trying to read it. So now if you're just executing it, see, you can see. So still, even though you have read it, while read it, you have in a comma 8 dot format, but while printing $9 dot format. So that is your wish. So you can apply. So in these formats also. Some cases, what happen, instead of this one, maybe you have some values like a 200.59, and here maybe 79, or maybe here just imagine 80 or something like that. If I try to read this type of data, so then how many characters total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I should have written as a 9 characters length here. So then automatically, so this comma format, it will be readed. Suppose you need including a dollar, total 9 digits you need it. That means including a dollar and as well as decimals also you need it. So how it will happen, we will see. Comma 9 dot format, we will read it first of all, and again we are printing as a $9 dot. If I print $9 dot, you can see the decimals are gone. Instead of having a decimals, so the last value is getting truncated, and truncated in the sense it's just round up the value. So this particular 0.59 is equal to, this is 1, and this is 1, and this is 1, you will get it. But if you see it, the output is looks odd, because we don't want the roundup values at all. The client is expecting I need that particular decimal values as it is without any rounduping it. So then how you are going to get the decimals? So then you have to mention it by just mentioning it. Total how many digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And dollar also you will get it, that is 10. So first if I write 10 dot, what happen we will see. So if I write 10 dot, you will get the dollar with 2001 or 8001 or else 6001 or something like that. You will get it with the dollar sign. But still it is not solving our issue. Why? Because our issue is to display the decimal places also. 0.59, 0.78, 0.79 and 80 also I'm interested to read it. So how I can able to read it? Then again you count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, dollar sign 10, and how many decimals you need? Two decimals. Then you need to write 10.2. If you write a 10.2, SAS can able to understand how many decimals you need to keep it. If you run it now, you can see carefully. So then the output is ready for you. So generally, if I'm writing 8 dot, 10 dot and all, so default the decimal places you will not get it. If you want to read the data with the decimals also, then you have to write it in this way. So you have to write it dollar with the 10.2 and comma with 9 dot. Sorry, comma 9 dot is the informat, and dollar 10.2 means 10 digits of your total length plus 2 digits of your decimals. 10.2 decimals you will get it total. 10.2 decimals. You got it? Clear. And apart from that,
Hello, Naidu.
yes, madam.
If we have a 9-digit data in one lane, then how will it work?
That means you don't have decimals
No,
here. That's what.
800.
Yes, you don't have a
No,
decimals here.
no. Keep the decimal
Ah,
and change the number instead of 2000, write it as 200.
okay. That means you're expecting like this. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes.
Is it making sense? Is it reading correctly?
Oh, yes.
It will. So SAS
Yes.
automatically it will read it and it will give you whatever you're interested on it. So don't worry. So that SAS informat statement can handle up to 9 characters long. Even though it is lesser than that, still SAS can handle
Mm,
it.
okay.
Good. And apart from that, there is a one more format called, suppose right now I have seen dollars, right? If you are interested to write it in a euro format, then EURO, euro 12.2, sorry 10.2, then you will get the euros also. See, euros, this is 800,000, or else maybe I don't know how to pronounce it. So 80,000, 8,000.79 euros, and as well as 6,000.80 euros. So like that you can get the euros, and pounds also if you want. So you can get the pound also, you can write yen also. But the only thing is you cannot write directly as a rupees, but there is an alternative for that. We can able to get it in rupees also. That I will explain in the proc format. I told you earlier also. So the proc format is a separate concept, so that you can apply the format whatever you interested on it. I will explain in that particular clearly in that particular program. And apart from that, there is a one more format called, suppose let me just take the same example. I'm writing it. So instead of format, I will write words 34 dot. So words in the sense, so I need this amount in a word format. Okay, words 34 dot, right? If you are going for any bank or anything, when you are filling a 500 US dollars, then they'll ask you to write in a character format. So $500 only, you will write it, right? So the in a word format, if you want, you can get it up to 34 characters long. I have given for a while, and you see, so 200,000, 800,000, 600,000, you will get it, right? So as default, it will give you in this format. So 200,000 and 800,000 and all. Why to give 34? Instead of 34, I can write 30 also. So then still I hope there will be a no change. I will make it to, instead of 30, I'll make it 20. So then you can see there is a star mark. The star mark is nothing but whenever you see a star in your output, the data, that means data is getting truncated there. If you can increase the length, that means the length what you specified is not enough. You have to increase in the length, then only you can see it as a 800,000 or else 600,000 or something like that. You can able to get it by default. So that's the reason why I'm just making it as a max of 34. I can make it up to 36 is the max. You cannot exceed more than that. So for word 34 dot, so word 36 dot is the max. So now if I run it, see, it's a 800,000. So information it's get displayed. So like that, this is called word format, so that we will give you the words also. If you want it, you can convert it. And this is about all about your numerical format, mainly with a different amount formats like a dollars, euros, and as well as commas, and as well as how to handle a decimal places. And apart from that, how to display your numerical value as a character format, as a 800,000, 200,000, or something like that. How we can able to display it by using a format we have seen. Now we will just move on to the date and time part, or else maybe time part. Suppose imagine I have an example right now. So here, so the date and time values, so like a, this is your date values, and as well as like a, mainly it's a data values, like a, it have a time, it have a date and time and all. So whenever you see any clock, it's at 10 o'clock, 12 minutes and 30 seconds. So then it's a 24 hours format of your time. Then if you want to read the time, then it should be time 8 dot format. You want to print this particular time as it is again, then you need to write it as a time 8 dot format. Or else, suppose you have a time like a 20, 12, 30 p.m. That means if you have a am or pm, then if you want to read this type of time, we need to write it as a time 10 dot format. And if you want to print it as it is the time as a same, then it should be time am pm 10 dot, you have to specify. Or else some cases, date and time included together. So suppose you have a date and as well as time included, then it should be date time 18 dot format. And at the output format also you need to write date time 18 dot, you have to specify it. So here is a date and time 18 dot, and here is a date time 18 dot, you have to specify it. And we are coming to here, so it's a same date and as well as time with pm, then it's a date time 20 dot format. but writing a format will be the date AM PM 20 dot, you need to write it, including AM or PM, total 20 digits of your length. We will see a first example here. So what happened? So data, your data set name lab, informate input statement PID, joining time of the patient or maybe leaving time of the patient. Informate statement J time. So we have 5 o'clock 12 minutes 51 AM, that means morning time, and 2 o'clock 11 minutes 55, that is your evening time. I'm just reading it as a time 10 dot format and as well as a time 8 dot format. So both I'm just trying to read it in SAS. Once you read it in SAS without writing any formats, right now you can see the information will display some numbers. This numbers is nothing but the number of seconds. That means 18,771 seconds, or else 51,115 seconds, like that. So default, whenever the time will be saved, the time will be saved in the form of your seconds only. But we are not getting, as a human being, we are not getting anything based on these numbers. So we want to display that particular time as it is, or else maybe in 24 hours format. So what I will display it is, for joining time, it's a 05:12:51 AM. I need it as a time 8 dot format. And L time, leaving time, is time 8 dot. I'm just writing it here. So I'm writing L time will be the time AM PM 10 dot. I'm just writing it. So now what happened? Time 8 dot means right now it is in a 24 hours format. Sorry, 12 hours format. Automatically it will be get converted as a 12 hours format. So the 24 hours format it just got converted into 12 hours. That means 05 12 minutes 51. That's it. There will be a no AM. So here 14 11 55, there is no PM because it's a 24 hours time format. For here I'm just making it as a time AM PM 10 dot format. So 14 hours 23 minutes 54 seconds will be 2:23:54 PM and 00:01:00. That means it's a 12:1 of your AM. You will get it in your data. So if you see it and run that, now you can see that. So this is your 24 hours format, 5:12:51 and 14:11:55, and here it is a 2:23:54 PM and 12:1 AM. That means you can convert 24 hours format into 12 hours or 12 hours format into 24 hours by just applying a time 10 dot format, or also date time, time 8 dot format, anything whatever you are interested on it. Some cases I have a data here with the name of some XXX, the data set name, and input statement drug and time. That means the drug has given as a call 15 mg, and which time it is, the time is date and time. The date is 12th August 2003, 12 o'clock 20 minutes and 23 seconds of PM. Again, 12th December 2003, same another patient with December 13 of 2003, and here it's a 9 o'clock 12 minutes and 36 seconds. So I'm just writing format time, date time 20 dot, I'm writing it date AM PM 20, so that including of AM or PM 20 digits of your length, 20 digits in the sense including total 20 digits of your length, including AM or PM also you will get it. So now if you run it, you can see the same information. Instead of side effect it should be XX. If I run the same program again, so you can see that, so it's in a time, that is your date 12th August 2003, and as well as all the information whatever you're interested on it, AM or PM, you will get it. So 12th August 03 only you got it. So we are expecting 2003. Can we make it 22? Will this make sense? See, you got it. 12th August 2003, 12 o'clock 20 minutes and 23 seconds of your PM time. If you want, you can get it. So this is your 22 dot format. Like that, it is just increasing the length. 22 means up to 22 characters it will handle it, right? So suppose if you are interested only date time 20 dot format only you are interested. So automatically what happen? The format also will give you the date and time only. Don't expect any AM or PM. Just date and time you will get it.
Hello, Naidu.
Yes. Continue, madam.
Yeah, suppose if we have only AMs,
Hmm.
then we can write daytime. I mean, time AM is enough, right?
So I
For
have already explained to you. It's a time AM PM 10 dot format you have to write it.
yeah, I'm asking if we have only AM timings, then we can write
No,
AM only, right?
that is a format. Suppose imagine if I write time PM 10 dot. Is this format like this? We have it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Time PM is was not found or could not be loaded. You cannot cut short it,
Okay. Yeah.
right? It should be a standard format. You have to write it as a time AM PM 10 dot. You have to write it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Prashanti. I think someone is asking question. Continue, Suresh.
Naidu,
Yes.
you used in the last example, I
Mm,
mean date time 20, right?
mm.
There you didn't use that informat one. Directly you used that date time after the
Exactly.
time
So
variable.
instead of using a colon modifier, you can use this particular, instead of using informat, you can use a colon modifier. You can use to any date. Suppose imagine you
Okay.
want to apply for, instead of informat, you can directly write for amount with colon sign. It's enough.
Oh, okay.
Colon with comma 8 dot, automatically your output is ready. See, it is reading
Yes.
properly. That means,
Okay.
so colon modifier is the statement of replacing of your informat.
Okay. Is there any shortcut like that for format?
No, you don't have any shortcuts for format.
Oh, okay.
Right? So this is all about your time and as well as amount formats, how we can able to handle it in SAS. We just discussed today. Any questions until here?
But Naidu, you told us that in format we should write definitely that in format, right? For time, I mean for writing these timings and uh, we can use that colon or we can use to
Okay,
other
so you
also.
are interested to use this particular hyphen sign in the middle.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, let me just show you what happened. Okay, you're trying to read this one.
yeah,
Is it reading?
yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? So up to here, we have covered about different dates and as well as formats and all the stuff we have covered. So tomorrow we will move to the next concept is called proc format. So I will explain in detail manner of proc format and how we can use it that format in real time and how we can correlate the things. We will see one by one. Fine.
Yeah.
That's all about for today. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we can leave for the day. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.